Alright, oops, sorry about the weird hiccups. It'll give me the previously. Yeah, we escaped Theta. Now we're gonna make our way to Omicron, where we can find a power suit that will stand the pressure of the Abyss. Did some reflection. I don't think that they put the Ark down in the big hard-to-access place because they don't want to use it. I think it's just there because they might have done a bad job planning out the layout of Pathos 2's little bases. Oh yeah, no, definitely more games could benefit from on the last episode of. Alright, here we are, the last phobia time. Okay. Huh. Well, these are, little spheres. Power failure. Huh, not good. Yeah, these types of spheres resemble something that I think we saw in the stream. Okay, so it's a good thing the power to them isn't working. I don't like that. I am unsure what sounds are just natural waves and what is possibly threat. Nautilus! Yeah, I think we should probably go in the little one first. That is just my own opinion. My own thinking about what we should be doing. Power is offline, so putting in the Omnitool wouldn't help. I don't want to mess with those wheels. And I can't get to the top of that. Alright. And I am suffering withdrawal. Alright, let's just go ahead and see if it is... Yeah, nope. No, no, Alright, this place needs power. Alright, well, I guess I can't be fancy like I was back at Delta. Ooh, but I can do that. Are these glowies? No, no. Do not drugs. Oh, jeez, how did I not notice this dude here?
The world is dead, Richard. Even if we got inside Omicron, what's left? Grab a couple suits and head for Tau? Strasky, Jonesy, Hart. Everyone is dead, and we are right behind them. We're probably the last people left alive. The last moments of mankind. No oxygen left. Better sit down. Don't want to fall into the abyss.
There are worse ways to die. Probably. Why they call you Em?
Huh? Oh, it's for Emma.
Emma Alvaro. I like that. It's a good name. We should have hung out more. I think we would have made good friends.
Thanks. I would have liked that.
Goodbye, Emma.
Bye.
Poor Emma. Hello again, Nautilus. At least she got to maybe see some Nautiluses before she went. Oh, it's one of these. You know, I hope my little guy we left at Delta is doing okay.
This is Omicron? Hope they saved me a diving suit.
Ah, that is... That's not good, Simon. This is not a good... This does not bode well for him.
Hey, come on! Open up! What is this shit? Armor for the apocalypse?
Omicron is in quarantine. This is why they didn't answer our call.
Hello!
Christ, Strasky, it's called a radio. They're not gonna hear you better if you scream.
Jonesy, are you okay? Look, I know you're the strong silent type, but I need you to say something every now and then so I know you're all right. Jonesy? Jones.
Open up!
Fuck's sakes. Let's try the annex again. Maybe we can break in.
We're losing Jonesy. We need to get her inside.
Well, get in line!
Alvaro, there's nothing we can do for her right now. Hit the stasis switch and let's check the annex.
Jeez, a lot of people just got messed up out here. By that I mean two. Power failure. Ah! This might be why. And that is also similarly not powered. This is stupid. Why am I doing this? Yeah, it seems to be I guess a popular story type. Just stranded on the moon after the world exploded. And there's nothing you can do about it. Except, I guess, just wait. Okay, wait, maybe this thingy might be of help. No. I'm not putting the WoW juice in me. I'm not sticking my hand in that gross ass thingy and getting an injection of WoW juice. I am.
Where am I going? This isn't safe.
Yeah, okay. I agree. I'm not doing that. That's gonna get me killed. Or worse. Alright, I'm gonna try this sphere. The one where the guy's in space and he's being haunted by all the dead people. That's just Pac-Man. Allegedly. Well, maybe I have overlooked a puzzle element in here. Aha! Before flushing, make sure to open the valves and turn on the pump. Alright, open the valve. Turn on the pump. And... there we go. Yeah, I probably am gonna have to end up going into the pit. The fuck was that?
I'm not getting anything. I can't read him like the others.
That's odd. Sorry, Catherine, help me
Catherine?
out.
What?
There you are.
Where are we?
We're right next to Omicron, a smaller building connected to the main site. Can't you tell?
No, my view is pretty limited. There's some heavy restrictions on my system access. Did you find a power suit?
Not yet. Trying to figure out how to get into Omicron, the big building.
Oh, okay. Keep up the good work.
That's it? You got nothing?
Good luck.
Thanks. Kath, how are you so okay with all this?
With what?
Being a talking box, for one thing. Not being human.
It's not so bad.
So, you're not bothered at all by not having a body?
I'm getting there. You're making me feel really self-conscious.
Come on, be serious.
I never felt that comfortable being human in the first place. This isn't much worse.
Not being able to move would freak me out. Glad you got the box and not me.
Would make it a little easier to help out if I had a body, but you're doing a good job.
Just figured being able to stretch a little would give you some ease.
My physical constraints don't translate to my experience very well. I feel about as human as before, but as if suspended in air. Which is kind of interesting now that I think about it.
Yeah, I can relate. I don't
Kath.
appreciate.
Why do you think I was made? Why would this AI, the WoW, bring me here?
I don't think we could ever know. I have my own beliefs, but nothing that can be verified.
Tell me, why do you think the WoW brought me here?
The WoW had a range of assignments, but they all sprung from one single idea: preserve humanity. When the comet hit the Earth, killing everything, leaving a fraction of humanity left alive, the WoW started to compensate.
It's restoring humanity.
I think so, but I don't think we share its definition of human. Or life, for that matter.
Ah, that's pretty not good.
Catherine, are we alive?
That's an impossible question to answer. We lack meaningful definitions.
Just figured there must be a way to know. To know if this life is worth living.
You assume you've changed so much, but have you really?
I don't know. I don't feel so different. But the world sure does. I never realized how much the idea of myself depended on where I am.
How do you mean?
I miss Toronto. Not because my friends and family are there, but because I know where I fit in. In Toronto, I know who I am.
That's an interesting observation.
Anyway, I can relate to Catherine's not feeling too good. Alright. Fish spheres. Alright. So we need to get from source to Omicron, I'm assuming. Alright, I want to get the robot dog. That sounds fun. Then we go down to Omicron lighting. Okay, I can't just go down to Omicron lighting. Ah, come on. There we go.
Oh, the terminal just lit up.
River, do we have any painkillers left? This tinnitus is becoming crippling.
Sorry, we only have heavy stuff left. Morphine level drugs.
I'll take it. Feels like my head is about to explode.
Can do, that's stuff for emergencies. Besides, Cameron thinks the ringing will settle when JR reaches 100%.
Then tell him to hurry the fuck up.
Should be a matter of hours. Just hang in there.
Keep me posted.
Yeah, well, I have this thing I need to take care of, so I'll talk to you later, okay?
Sure thing, Herb.
It must have overloaded his black box.
Humans have black boxes?
Here we do. Company policy. It records your vitals to help medical personnel treat you in case of accidents.
That's how I can hear the dead.
Right. Yeah, you should be able to data mine black boxes, just like the intercom at Theta.
Then why... wasn't I able to read his black box? Wait a minute. Oh, something rip it out? That not good. Omicron is quarantined.
There has to be a way to cancel the lockdown. Have a look around the room.
Alright, well.
Did you do that, Catherine?
What?
Never mind.
That was... Omicron crew status. Offline, 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 offline. Oh dear, they're all offline. Alright, update. User role check. Update enables black boxes. Failsafe. Cartridge 4 implemented. Let's see. Golaski. Standard X4B extension. Haimatsu. Golaski. Area calibrator for ACR. Diagnostic tool for post-impact contingency plan. Huh. Temp validate press UU78 underscore wow X77. It seems like the WoW made a system update. Timestamp. Sorvari. No, stuff needed to make the crane work again. All up to Alan now. And Sorvari. Unnecessary security update for the paranoid lab rats. Dead people don't bite.
I think I solved it.
Solved what?
Why do I get the feeling that we just got lured into the back of a van?
What are you talking about?
Oh. Simon, can you share what you're feeling with the rest of the class? 6866. Okay. Yeah, it's opening.
Omicron retracted the quarantine shutters. Lockdown canceled.
Something wants us to come inside.
And we want to go inside. What's the problem? Come on, let's get going.
It'll be fine. This isn't progress, but I want to come up here anyway. Just curious about what would be up here. You know? There's this note. Adam Golaski is ordered to come to Theta as soon as possible. Urgent. Gask, I tried to figure out what it was about. They wouldn't tell me anything. All I know is they asked if you were missing or if you were dead. Something must have freaked them out. I think you better do as they tell you. Signed, Herbie. Is that Herbie? Actually, was there anything else down here? In terms of things to read? No, okay. My fucking knees. I don't remember this individual being down here.
It won't fucking open! And nobody's answering to anything! What kind of cold-hearted motherfuckers would just leave us out here to die?
Don't you get it? They're dead. They're all dead.
Yeah. You're right.
How can you be so calm about this shit? We are dying!
How much air have you guys got?
20 minutes, tops.
Hey, I'm in red! Seconds away before the CO2 gets me.
Stresky.
Why wait, right? I'm the master of my own fate.
Wait, Stress, what are you doing?
Hello, little Mr. Beep Boop. Ah, oh, these were meant to keep fish populations. Where did the fish go? Well, wait. Pathos 2. Carthage construction. Alright, so... the big sphere is, I'm assuming, the annex. We're at the entrance. And it doesn't look like that far away. I think it was for a little bit of both. Let's see. Yeah, alright. Seems pretty straightforward, the path we have to take. What do you mean? What do you mean? But the other entrance... I have to go to the red zone. I don't think that's good. That's bad. I mean, I don't know, the fish seem to be doing just fine. Maybe it is for farming. Or studying. Can't believe I have to do this. Okay. I don't know if you're hearing that, but it sounds like...
This better be the right way.
Sounds like Simon's hearing the noise that happens when he looks at him. Uh-oh. Oh, cool. Oh, man, love this neat, good gameplay feature where when you look down, the view gets all the FOV, or FOV master.
find that suit and get out.
So, that's not good. Alright, I have to find the dive room and its console. And this structure gel. Okay, it's fine. That's not a dead guy. Oh. Who was that? Medical bay. I mean, I don't need medicine. I'm a robe. Let's see here. X-rays. prescription medicine. More medicines. Hey, it's a stethoscope. Or part of one. Let's take a quick look in storage. But I guess they locked. It sounds familiar, that kind of book. I wouldn't remember if I read those as a small child. Yeah, no, I understand. I understand what you're saying, but I don't remember if I've read any of those as a small child. Let's see, here's another high-mass power suit guide. ARC team checklist. Power suits are tested and ready. Jasper confirms. Omicron skins are in the ARC. Captain confirms. Loaded equipment and extra rations. Ivashkin confirms. Climber calibrated for late. Alan confirms. Crane operator ready. Alan confirms. Omicron standing by for pickup in 2 days. Eames confirms. Ugh. It's jar of structure gel, I'm assuming. Alright, let's plug Catherine in.
Is this Omicron? Everything is so basic, so limited. I hope it's not the Omnitool falling apart. Okay, we need to find you a power suit. You know, so we can go into the abyss without ending up like a recycled can of soda.
You think we'll find one that fits me? I mean, I'm kind of in a suit already.
That's been bothering me too. You know how you were transferred from Vancouver?
Toronto.
From then to now.
How could I forget?
Okay, so we do it again.
You want to send me to the future?
No, you idiot. I want to transfer your mind into a new body.
What?
Look, we already know it can be done. We don't need to make it a big deal.
It is a big deal, Kath. It's a huge fucking deal. There's got to be something else that can take us down there.
The Dunbat Theta was the only vessel that could take that pressure, and you saw what happened.
Then think of something else.
Simon, please. You don't have to switch this instant. Just play along for now. If we find something else, then great. If not...
I'm not promising anything.
Thank you, Simon. Have a look around the room. This is where they would keep the power suits, if there are any left.
Oh, God. Nice. I found one of the power suits. There's a dead woman inside. At least I think it's a woman. Just like the body we found in the annex. She's missing her head.
Gross. This could work in our favor, though. Look for a terminal nearby, see if you can boot it up.
Wait, how is she missing her head if... Alright, we'll marinate on what made her head go away. A high-pressure power suit guaranteed to withstand temperatures spanning from 50 degrees Celsius to negative 75 degrees Celsius, while maintaining a steady 40 degrees default on the inside. The suit will automatically shield the wearer from pressure and maintain the normal 1 ATM up to a depth of 5,000 meters. The onboard controller monitors the wearer's physical state and is able to minimize the risk of shock, hyperventilation, and even dehydration. The suit is easily assembled through rotating neck and wrist rings that locks the gloves and the helmet in place. Note that the joints won't seal unless the controller is able to identify wearer through a set of sensory systems. Suits may be locked to specific personnel, but as a default, the suit will accept anyone. The controller is the onboard computer monitoring pulse, rate activity, body temperature, and stress through skin conductance. It uses this information to provide the wearer with the safest experience. That's not going to be doing well because I'm not... alive. Alright, so there's 3 power suits. There's one right here at Omicron, there's one at the climber station nearby, and then there's one all the way at Tau.
What are you doing? We need to get the suit activated.
Not exactly grade A material.
Don't write it off just yet. Remember what we found out at Theta? The suit you are wearing is basically just a Cortex chip working a few pints of structure gel, powered by the on-suit battery pack.
And a dead colleague, Imogen Reed.
Exactly. If you think about it, we're actually incredibly lucky. We found a suit with an already dead body inside.
I guess you're right. What about the WoW? What makes you think it'll play along?
It's not magic, it's algorithms. A set pattern. The WoW won't be able to deny us, even if it was capable of wanting to.
I'm still not crazy about this plan. It feels wrong.
Please, Simon, I can't give up on the Ark. I need this to work.
So we need a Cortex chip, structure gel, and a battery pack. That's one hell of a shopping list.
Thanks. I'll just hang around here if that's okay.
I'll be back.
Ah, this is the exit. That goes out into water.
Don't forget, we need a Cortex chip, structure gel, and a power pack to get the suit ready.
Yeah, we need the things. Power pack, structure gel. There's probably some of those here in storage. Or not. Let's see, midsection Omicron lockdown. Upper. What did that say? Pretty certain it said something nightmare. Alright, Ruffy. By Jacob Halperin, an unusually sedated orange Ruffy found hovering outside Omicron substation. It had a remarkable bone growth that seemed to interfere with its perception. Brought it inside to study it, but it stiffened and died in the process. During post-mortem study, the thing kicked back to life while being out of water. It kept swimming for a few minutes, so I returned it to an aquarium. It instantly started banging into the glass and plunged itself to death before I could relocate it. Shelley, dead on arrival, Claudia Eames. Darby and Waldeck identified it as what was sabotaging the Lumar probe at about 900 meters depth. It's a 150 centimeter long rudderfish. Looks like it is merged with some other kind of fish or shark. It's the freakiest form of mutation we've seen so far. It's clear that it is getting worse. Something is causing this, and I'm not buying the radioactive fallout nonsense that Orvari can't shut up about. Johann Ross, dead on arrival, Claudia Eames. The dead man found on the climber this morning has been identified as Johann Ross, the AI psychologist working at Tau. Can't even begin to imagine what has happened down in the abyss, and frankly I won't risk losing my staff by going down there to look. If the ARC team is alive, which I highly doubt, they will have to find a way to give us a sign. We're not going down there again without good reason. Smart. Hey, buddy, do you have a thing? No? That wasn't there. That was over here, is it? Get the virus. I was able to read that one. Okay. Okay. Stop the... Wow, okay. Yeah, from what I've been seeing, the WoW isn't doing too good. So yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board with that. Jeez. Into the Abyss. Take it to Alpha in the Abyss. Alpha needs medicine. It's sick. Find Tau, find Alpha, take... the gel to Alpha. The heart of Alpha. Alright, I think that's a structure gel canister. Yes? Okay. This seems to be shuffled up. This is the oldest one. We'll start with this.
Omicron, can you hear us?
Loud and clear. Everyone all right?
You will be as soon as we make friends with the power suits.
I'm sure you'll get used to it.
Look at that. Just wanted to check in before we pass the last working Lumar probe. Guys, any last words to Omicron? Don't forget to pick us up. You heard that, right?
Don't worry, we won't forget.
Alright. Heading into radio silence.
Good luck, guys. Tau, please respond. This is Riley Herber calling from Omicron. Please respond, Tau.
Unable to connect. Lumar relay out of range.
Yeah, I get it.
Unable to connect. Lumar relay out of range.
Strasky, are you there?
I hear you, Herbie. What's up?
Just wanted to check in. I have to go do something. I might not be around for a few days, okay?
Riley Herbert leaving the listening post? Must be important.
It is, Strask. It is.
Okay then. Stay safe.
Yeah, don't... If your coworker's making this type of shit, there's something wrong and you should get out of there. Like how it's locked and you're unable to open it, but you can still kind of see that there's something in there. Bowl K8 Topa. Oh, you know. Equations, math. Box. Branch. Alright, whatever this thingy is. Oh, or I could just do the thing that's right here. Cortex chip. Diagnostics. Hey! It's glowing. Yeah, he wasn't having too good of a time, so... That's good. Just give me your... brain eyes.
It's important.
What is important? We got more stuff open to us. Yay. That's the top floor. We'll worry about that later. Theta. Structure gel test formula. Setup split circuitry board. Micro battery. Systemic shock death. Circuit mimic. Check previous results. Less than ideal. Okay. This is 2 seconds into whatever this is. 3... 2 seconds or 2 minutes? Yeesh. No. The goo isn't coming from this. The goo is making this. Ooh. Gross. Ah. Oh no. Oh no. Something happened with the black boxes. Connectivity, Lisa Cameron. The structure gel has been charged and actually keeps going for a while even when removed from a power source. If applied to circuits, it seems to help out with connectivity. Function. It seems like it's not only connectivity, but even a functionality. Make simple machinery work and act more efficiently. However, the modifications that the WoW has made to the gel are full of extra information that doesn't necessarily make sense. When applied to something more complicated, it causes the gel to act as a cancer upon the host, eventually ruining it. We could use the gel to our advantage, but it needs to be uncalibrated to get rid of the bad code. Applied gel to dead mouse. The gel caused the mouse to appear alive. It was put into the same habitat as a living mouse. The reanimated mouse was apathetic while the living one seemed stressed. After 15 minutes, the reanimated mouse attacked and killed the living mouse. Half an hour later, the reanimated mouse stopped moving. The corpse was solid as the gel had hardened within it. Reanimated another mouse with structure gel. This time it was done with uncalibrated gel as produced by Eames. The results were impressive. The thing appears catatonic, but it's more of a sleepwalker. To avoid the thing hardening as before, electromatics are used to cause a low electrical current within the animal. It has also provided us the ability to somewhat control it. Hololansky. Structure gel remains unchanged on a fundamental level. Still the same cross-linked gel with aligned graphene in a polyunsaturated matrix that was installed throughout Pathos 2 a few years ago. problem is not the gel, but its controller, the WoW. The gel has not taken on any new properties. The WoW simply uses it in ways that we would never even have dreamed of. Claudia Eames, study results. Overwhelming evidence concludes that all deformed creatures, the fish, the sharks, and even the helpers, were manipulated by the WoW via structure gel. They have in some manner been exposed to charged gel and in turn stricken by cancerous growths that affect their whole being. It's difficult to ask why when talking about an AI, but it all started shortly after the comet killed the surface. Can't for sure say if it's bad code or a carefully programmed mercy killing, but it looks like it's not going to make things easier for us to survive. Structure gel is connector and interface between energy PAL S.3 and organic tissue. Never seen any something of that speed. Dispense the gel. Alright, and I'll just... I kinda wanna see this shit for myself.
It came back to life. Something like it.
I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh god, it's not dying. Improved. Maybe. Alright, there's my goo. I'm hearing robot weeping somewhere. And I don't like it. Oh, piecing a few things together, are you? And you don't like it? Oh no. Atlantic sea nettle? Yeah, that's a jellyfish. Atlantic cod. Have you washed your hands? Looking good. Rats. Common squid. Wowified fish. Alright, that's... is that a regular fish? That's definitely not a regular fish. Those fish are regular. freaky. Ugh, gunk.
Hey, Andrea?
Yeah?
I was talking to Cameron about protein solubilization. Do you think we could break the aggregate and structure gel without flattening the configuration?
Jesus. That was a mouthful. You've been listening to Cameron, that's for sure. What do you want, Raleigh?
Can you blame me for trying to figure this out? I've been having the dreams too, you know. I don't know what to believe.
Oh, I know. Everything from the sudden signal amplification in black boxes to having a comatose Dr. Ross locked up in the glass jar. We've all been going a bit nuts.
Tell me about it. Feels like my head's about to explode. Hypothetically speaking, could we stop the WoW from mutating?
It doesn't work like that.
Even if there was a site alpha?
Hypothetically speaking, I guess we could try. Raleigh, are you recording this?
Sorry. I just... Sorry.
Ral, you know what the deal about recording things on the tape? You know you're not supposed to do that. It'll jinx us and make us in a survival horror situation. So... That's Dr. Ross. Omicron Medical Research Facilities, Advanced Mariculture, home of the Abyss Climber Rig. Enjoy your stay. Let's remove the lockdown. Don't like it. Let's go to the mess hall. dining hall. It's the same thing. Got a sippy here. That's good, at least. Well, ooh, we got all the... Ooh! We're eating tonight. Munchkin. Alright, so that's the noodles. We got curry mix, dried beef, miso, rice, spinach. Oh, how did I not notice this guy? Hey, you know, you probably need it more than I do, buddy.
Johann Ross was found dead on the climber this morning. The ARC team went down a couple of days ago, but I see no reason to suspect them playing a part in his death. The climber can't be operated from the abyss, so there was a scheduled retrieval. The climber returned with only the lifeless body of Alpha member Johann Ross. No traces of the ARC team. Cameron, Eames, Lansky, all studying the body inside containment. I'll follow up with whatever they find. Delenda Est. The WOW has been getting more aggressive, pushing all systems to their limits. Ironically, the dead Dr. Johann Ross would be the perfect person to ask why the WOW is making such a big buzz about his passing. After all, the WOW isn't supposed to want anything, and definitely not to mourn people. The system overload affects the staff considerably. Headaches, loss of sleep, unwarranted stress. And it seems to be getting worse. I could use some advice if you can get through. Delenda Est. Things are out of hand. The staff looks like they're about to explode. Every other person walks around with nosebleeds, and the rest keep wiping stains of blood from their eyes to keep them from overflowing. That's to do with the WOW trying to free Ross somehow, for sure. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the body just got up and left. Rally Herber, our dispatcher, has been snooping around asking questions she shouldn't. She says she's going down into the abyss to find Alpha. I can't bring myself to stop her.
Town evacuation. On September 13th, Vic Auclair ordered the staff of the town to evacuate and move up through the plateau. Together with engineer Al Waldeck, descended into the abyss to assist the evacuation. Following protocol, we waited at the climber platform for 140 minutes and made several attempts to contact town. I decided to move towards the site, thinking I might intercept them. That's when I noticed the guiding lights flickering, and soon the whole path shut down. Omega sector swallowed by darkness. I pushed on with my floodlight until I heard screaming over the short-range radio. It carried on, breaking in and out of range. As I hurried closer to investigate, I came upon the lacerated body of field worker Espinosa. Something big had almost cut her in two. I considered the importance of saving Tao, and more specifically Ross, as I heard Espinosa's colleagues getting massacred over the radio. Seeing no way to possibly improve the situation, I hurried back to the climber and left the people at Tao to their fate. Tao, cartridge notes. With some luck, Ross made it back to town and is able to continue his work at Alpha to avoid further disturbances. I decided to report the evacuation as a complete failure, hoping it will stop there from attempting another one. Claudia Eames, the manager of Omicron, has already ordered the climber to stay at the plateau. My report on savage wildlife scared everyone enough to even stop Waldeck and Darby from maintaining the Lumar probes. It's a good thing Golansky's off-site because I have a feeling he would not have approved. The restrictions came out slightly more severe than I had anticipated, but I'll take it, as long as Ross is left alone to work with the WoW. Carthage, Julia Dahl, Johann Ross, Mark Serang. Alright. Okay. Uh-huh. Alright, yeah. Okay, well. It's almost like you didn't lose it at all, buddy. Before I go in there, I need to peek in here wise. Your face. Alright, I'm hearing some sort of rage creature. Energy PAL S3 High Performance Power Pack. Yeah, this is what I need. High Performance Rechargeable Lithium Sulfur Packs 5105W as standard. Connection, high masses, energy PAL for machine tools, exo rigs, and power suits. When depleted, recharge the pack in a high mass charge or other S3 compatible charger. Well, I made a mistake coming over this way first. I should probably just have looked in storage. There's nothing in here. That's somebody. Alright, well... Just going to, lock that thing behind every possible door. Follow me? What do you mean by follow me? You weren't there before.
The door!
It's locked! What's going on?
I managed to piss off another one of WoW's monsters.
We have everything we need, right?
Yeah. Let's get to work. Crazy.
Don't worry, it'll work. Make sure it's all bunched together with the structure gel connecting all the parts. Alright, try activating the suit from the terminal again.
I can't believe we're doing this.
It will be fine.
Then why don't we put you in the suit?
I was gonna suggest that if you refused.
You'd go without me.
I need to do this, Simon. This is important. I need to launch the Ark.
You'd really do it? Change body?
Yes. If you want to stay here, I'm not gonna stand in your way. I don't want to tell you what to do.
What would it be like before? Close my eyes and then...
And then open them again.
All right. Let's do it.
Thank you, Simon. Go sit in the pilot seat in the next room. You might need to boot it up.
Well...
We need to loop back the activity manifested by your current Cortex chip, run it through the amplifier, feed it into the new chip, and then make sure it's synced.
You lost me halfway there.
You don't really need to understand it. Just make them line up.
Oh, I understand. Trying to match the wavy one. Yeah, there we go.
That's everything. You can climb into the pilot seat now.
Already?
I have everything under control, so please, have a seat. Sorry about any discomfort. This should be over soon.
It's like having your picture taken.
But with the most expensive camera in the world.
You know, Indian stock photos would steal their souls.
In this case, they'd be right.
There must be something wrong. Can't you run a diagnosis or something?
What was that?
No, it just...
Why was it still talking?
It's the same like before.
Catherine, why was he still talking?
That's how it works, you know that.
What do you mean?
You know it's not magic. You were copied. The sleeping Simon in the seat was copied, and now you are here, just like Simon lived on in Toronto.
God damn you, Kath. 2 Simons? There can't be 2 Simons.
What did you think would happen?
That you were gonna take my mind and put it into another body, like a brain transplant.
I'm sorry, it wouldn't work that way.
You realize how messed up this is?
Please, I didn't mean to upset you.
How did you expect me to react to this shit?
Please stop.
You're fucking disgusting. What's gonna happen to him?
He'll sleep for a while, a few days.
And then what? Wake up in his fucking nightmare again? All alone? So cruel.
Well, what do you want me to do with him? Make friends? Let him know that we have to leave him behind when we go into the abyss?
What if he didn't need to wake up?
You'd do that?
I don't know. Maybe.
There. I set it up for you. Hit the switch if you want to drain his battery. He'll die within a minute. I'd rather not stay plugged in any longer.
I'm sorry, previous me. You know, I just realized we were at Omicron, and I guess you could say that we were some type of Nomad soul. You can feel free to boo. It's fine, I will not judge you. Alright, Catherine, there you go.
Are we done here?
Yeah,
Activate the climber, please.
sure thing.
Take us in, we'll be off.
Have we figured out what happens when we die yet? Is that even possible? If there's some kind of afterlife, do you think my place is taken? The real me died like 100 years ago. Is there still room for me? And what about the Simon I killed at Omicron? What do you think, Catherine? Is there a heaven full of redundant copies of the same people? Is there someone up there who called me an imposter? It's dumb luck, right? That I woke up in the right body. I basically flipped a coin, and if I had called the wrong side, I'd be rotting away at Omicron. I mean, there's nowhere to know, right? You didn't hit the make sure Simon wakes up in the right body switch, did you? Not that you would know. I mean, he would still claim to be the right Simon. Christ. This is awful. We did an awful fucking thing. And you wouldn't mind? Why would you? How could you know that it's not me, the me that I am, the same that I've always been? Please say something. I don't want to think. Please.
I don't know what to say. I don't want to upset you.
Say anything.
When I was little, I used to climb the stairs all the way to the top of the building. And I can still feel how I had to, tuck my arms so I could push the heavy steel door open. Well, the first time that I dared go up there, I stepped out onto the roof and watched the smog rise and fall over Taipei. I got all the way up to the corner ledge and, I felt the warm wind in my hair and the sun was setting and the streets below were shadowed by the tall buildings. The people pushing through the crowd flowed like paint from an artist's brush. Street food vendors filled the air with aromas of all my favorite foods. For a brief moment, I felt connected to the world in a way that I never had before. It was the most profound feeling of comfort and sense of belonging I could ever hope for. I really never felt the same way again, but I went up to the roof many times after. I'm not religious, but I can see why people would be. The privilege of being makes a strong case, at least every once in a while.
Do you still feel that sense of awe? Even like this?
Things are different, but we're still here.
What's the point of going on? Everyone's gone. All the people still left are digital copies trapped in computers at the bottom of the sea. We'll never be able to rebuild or reclaim what we were.
Are you really so unhappy being what you are, or is this about the man who went for a scan 100 years ago?
Both, I guess. When I was back in Toronto, even the worst case, the darkest futures I could predict, they at least included my previous life somehow. I feel so uprooted. There's nothing here that I recognize, nothing that makes me feel like I belong. Even if we make it to the Ark, would it be any different? I'd still be alone. No friends. No family.
You could make new friends. I'm sure everyone would like to know the time traveler. If not, you still have...
Catherine? Kath? Hello, Catherine. What happened?
Ooh. I'm not doing that. Oh god, no, I have to do that, don't I? I like the colorful friends.
Hey, I know it's not much, but why have we stopped moving?
The power blacked out for a moment. I think it could be the atmospheric pressure. It's pushing pretty hard, really testing the limits of my suit.
Don't worry, it should hold.
Comforting.
It will hold.
Does time freeze when you're not powered?
Time feels omitted more than anything.
What's the difference?
I don't feel like I'm being held back or hindered. And I don't have the opportunity to reflect on the time I'm missing. It's simply missing.
Sounds like sleeping without the dreaming.
Yes, but generally you anticipate when you're about to sleep, and there's a natural continuation since we tend to wake up where we went to sleep. My experience is more like an ever-changing moment that never really seems to find closure.
Sounds kind of like a movie being edited live.
I suppose so. I guess it sounds exciting, but it really keeps me activated to the point of exhaustion.
It's rough.
Could be worse. Could be a time traveler stuck in a body made from black goo.
That'd be the worst.
You did it! You did it! I will make preparations.
Oh, good, you're back.
What happened?
Something dropped onto the cage. Knocks you right out.
It spoke to me.
Looked like a man, one of WoW's creatures. It just stared at you for a moment, then threw itself down the abyss.
It said it would make preparations. I don't like the sound of that.
It was very strange. I thought it was gonna kill you for sure. I'm glad it didn't.
Yeah, me too. Looks like we're closing in on the ocean floor.
Good, not sure the climber can take it much longer. Okay, so this is the Omega Sector. It's about an acre of the abyssal plan used by Pathos 2. I expect we'll have to do some walking before we reach town.
You haven't been here before?
Not in a way that'll help us.
Right, the other you has been here. We're following your old footsteps, Kat.
When I had footsteps.
You could still be down here somewhere, technically.
Don't remind me, freaks me out. Alright, let's head for town and find that ark.
Alright, well, I'd say that was significant progress. And that will be it for our go-through of SOMA. We died, but it's fine. The right us died.